But I have been friends with this person since September, and we have become really good friends, and like the whole time crushing on each other. So we asked each other to be each other's Valentines, so that was like a cute thingy. So I'm gonna be referring to her as my Valentine because I'm not gonna say her name, just out of respect. But she is one of my very best friends, but we like, I was gonna say low-key like each other, but it's high-key at this point. So I was on the phone with her and we were just talking about my Legos, and I mentioned a Lego just like, you know, randomly, a Lego that I'm interested in, because we literally just talk about everything, and Legos is a very popular topic because I'm obsessed. I mentioned, yeah, there's like this Lego, it's like hundreds of dollars though, so I'm not gonna like get it anytime soon, but it's definitely gonna be the next one that I get for myself that's like a bigger purchase. And we just like went on to the next conversation, and I think like an hour after we got off the phone, she messaged me and she was like, I have a question, and I was like, oh my God. Usually when someone just comes out like that and they're just like, I have a question, or like, I have to talk to you, like I immediately get anxiety and I'm just like, oh my God, what is it? She literally said, let me get you that Lego you want. And I was like, girl. So like after saying no, after doing the whole like, oh my God, but it's so expensive, I finally gave in and she got me, oh my God, I just can't even believe it. For Valentine's Day, she got me this Lego that I've been wanting. I just can't. Like, how sweet is that? But another small box came with that, so I'm gonna open it first. So I asked my Valentine, I was like, what do you want? Like, what do you want me to get you? Like, I feel so just like, I cannot believe it. Like, do I deserve this? She was like, you know, if I think of something I want, I'll let you know. But I'm over here just like, I need to get you something. Like, are you joking? Oh my gosh, in that box was this limited edition. I guess it's like a Valentine's Day little Lego. It is so adorable. And it looks like this. Oh my God. You guys are gonna LOL, but the reason why I'm wearing this like a little Valentine's Day outfit is because I knew this was arriving today, and I knew that actually today was gonna be the day that I was gonna ask her to be my Valentine. So it all just kind of like worked out perfectly, and that's exactly what I wanted, because I wanted to have like a little girly pop outfit for that. I know that sounds silly, but okay. Are you guys ready to see the Lego? Oh my God, I cannot believe this is real life right now. I'm so excited. This is heavy. Once y'all see this Lego, a lot of you are gonna be very confused, but I love that. I'm just very quirky and confusing. So I am not like a Batman girly, like you're not gonna see me watching the Batman movies on my free time, but there are some pretty awesome Batman Legos. And the minute I saw the Batcave, I literally said I had to have it. Like, tell me that isn't freaking stunning. But on Valentine's Day, Valentine asked me to be her girlfriend, and I did say yes, obviously. I've had a girlfriend for over 2 months now, and I've been in a relationship and I've been happy. And I just didn't want to say anything like really in my vlogs yet. I just didn't feel like I needed to. I used to overshare. I used to like not have privacy. And it's just, as you get older, your brain works a little differently. And I've just learned sharing too much is not a good thing, especially right now. But I did want to let you guys know that I am in a relationship. That has been a question that you guys have been wondering. So I figured, you know what? Yes, there's no longer single Lynn. So that's all I really want to say for now. You guys literally stop what you're doing right now. I have the sweetest girlfriend. So she's randomly like, you have a package in your package room. And I was like, oh, I do? You guys. When I tell you, I wish I would have filmed my reaction. I wish you guys could see this in person. There's like a huge glare. I'm trying to get like a good angle to show you guys. But it says 2/14/24, the moon when we became one. I love you. And it says, babe. Hello, Editing Lynn here. I forgot to add in this clip that she's the one who personalized this. So she chose the words, and I just think that makes it even cuter. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Isn't that the freaking cutest thing you've ever seen? And I wish I could pick it up on camera, but like the silver is silvering. It actually looks so pretty in person. Oh my God. I just thought this was the sweetest thing ever, and I was not expecting it. Like, that is literal goals. Like, thank you so much, babe. I know you're watching. I love you too. But I am pretty sad about something, and a lot of you definitely have guessed it. God. I have an easier time admitting when like I fucked something up versus like the person that I was in love with fucking it up. So it's like, I just don't even want to like go there, discuss it, talk about it, because it's just like a lot. And I don't know, it's just easier to keep things like this off a line, but like so many of you have guessed it, and I'm just going to keep hurting privately, and I'm just gonna let it stay that way. How did you guys meet? Did you guys meet in person? So she actually messaged me on Instagram back in September, and we always had like a flirty thing. We always had crushes on each other, and then it wasn't until I would say December, January, where my feelings started to get super deep while hers was already there. It took me a hot minute to get to that point, and then it was February 14th to be exact. She asked to be my girlfriend, and no, we never met in person, but we would video call every single day. So I knew like she wasn't a catfish, and I believed everything she told me. I knew that she loved me a lot, but there was a lot of things that she did lie to me about. This is where it's like, I mainly don't want to share these things because I am embarrassed that I had someone who loved me that hard but would lie to me and betray me and do the things they did to me. Like, I just feel embarrassed to even admit it. So it's like, I don't even want to go there. But let's just say like she hurt me pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. And the crazy part about this whole thing is that she was actually moving in with me August 1st. I know that's crazy. And I know there's still like a chunk of you who is like, Valentine wasn't even real. Valentine was very real. All of my closest friends knew about her. My mom had spoken to her. Like, Valentine was very, very real, and we were going to be living together. A lot of betrayal happened. She got super distant, and I knew what I deserved in my life and what I wanted in a partner. And I knew that like that was not it. So I broke up with her. It wasn't a situation where she like begged me not to do it or whatever, because I think at that point, like, she knew I deserved better and knew I deserved more. Knew I deserved someone who like didn't lie, cheat, betray, etc., etc. Like, it was really hard, but like looking back now, I don't regret being with her. I don't regret the time we shared together, but I do regret giving my all to someone who only gave me like half of themselves. And I don't ever want to put myself in a situation like that again, and I'm not going to. I'm scared. I'm scared to talk about this. I am. So many of you thought Valentine was fake. That was the biggest thing. Valentine isn't real. Valentine isn't real. And I accepted it for what it was. I was like, they don't want to believe me, that's fine. I'm actively having so much fucking anxiety for what I'm about to say. Like, whoo. Valentine's name is Erica, and Erica had a wife. I'm about to reveal screenshots that I could find, because this is the only way that I'm gonna prove it. Here is me not making time for my friends, because I am literally always giving every single part of me to Erica. You guys know I struggle with BPD. So one of those things is when I get into a relationship, my partner literally consumes me, whether they try to or not. Do you guys remember that night when my mom stayed the night with me and we colored like children, and people were like, oh my God, they're such children. Yeah, that was when I was breaking up with Erica. Here's my friend Alexis just being Alexis. And to top it all off, here's a screenshot of me telling Alexis that Erica's wife called me while I was at a birthday party. Remember that birthday party I went to when I was outside? It was super hot, it was at a park. It was that day. You guys went from believing Valentine was fake to them believing Valentine was my most recent ex, all for entertainment while actively ruining people's lives.
Me and Brittany were sitting in bed, and we saw one of Amberlynn's posts talking about masculine women. And Brittany looked at me and I looked at her, and I was like, what if I messaged her? Right? So our first message was, I was like, I think I said like masculine women ? Or something like that. And she messaged me back, and we were messaging for a while, back and forth, just like talking. And then, of course it started becoming a problem between Brittany and I, because I was like, apparently, I guess her true colors were showing, whatever. She did ask if I was with anyone, and so I had talked to Brittany, and I was like, what should I tell her? And Brittany was like, tell her that, like, we're still technically married, but that, you know, we aren't, like, technically together, but we're, like, by law still married. So I gave her that story and rode with it for a while. And of course I do deserve this backlash that I'm getting, because I trolled her for a while and just kind of like get like a kick out of it, you know, whatever. It's Amberlynn Reid. I wasn't a big fan of her for a very long time, and she does know. I openly told her, Amberlynn, that, you know, I used to watch her and I disliked her extremely at one point, and of course she wasn't too fond of that. So the conversation continued, and then it got, you know, kind of out of hand. And so also I'd like to point out that while I was talking to Amberlynn, she was talking to a girl named Danielle that was also married. I don't know like the full details behind that whole situation. I just know that I was kind of like the back burner person of this whole triangle that she had going on. Like, she was talking to another girl named Abby, and then she was telling me about her friend named Alexis, and then she was telling me about Danielle and how she was crazy over her and blah blah blah. And then we kind of just like started talking more and more and more, and then, you know, my wife was like, hey, you know, I don't want you talking to her anymore. So there was a time where we didn't talk, but shortly after did start talking again. I'm not a good person for like doing this, and I know that I'm not. And, you know, whenever me and Amberlynn supposedly like broke. Okay. I'm backtrack. I'm going too far ahead. Just give me a second. So we kept talking. She started becoming really possessive. She started, you know, talking about Brittany, how I always choose her first, and that I won't be her girlfriend and I wouldn't choose her. And so on, I think it was like Valentine's Day or whatever, she was giving me a hard time about it, and it more so felt forced. And that was through text. So if she tries to show those texts, you'll see that was a forced agreement for me and her to be in a relationship. And so I was like, so what would this relationship be? And she was like, just more loyal, more communication, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that, you know, whatever. And that was where it came about. We continued talking, and things got more and more in depth with each other, and I was actually starting to second guess like her as a person. You know, maybe the haters are wrong, you know, maybe she isn't a bad person, because the side that I saw of her wasn't the person that I saw on YouTube. Like, the side she gave of me was different. So I don't know if that's like manipulation or if that's masking. I don't know. I'm not very good with psychology. Even though I should be well-rounded in it, I'm not. And things got out of hand. We said things we shouldn't have said to each other. I never said anything bad about my wife to her. That's one thing that really made her upset, was like, if anything, like, you know, my wife had switched jobs, and she tried to like, Amberlynn tried to say, oh, you know, your wife's at home more, because you know, she took some time off, and Amberlynn was upset because my wife was home more and I couldn't talk to her much. And she said, oh, well, she quit her job because she's being a baby. And I was like, no, she quit because, you know, like, it was two different conversations, but basically we was saying like, she's taking a bigger pay raise, you know, and a better opportunity. It's not because she's being a baby. You know, that's not who she is. And it would upset her that I always like talked about, like, if my wife came into conversation, I was talking about her in a more positive light. And my wife is not some crazy person that Amberlynn is saying she is. Anyways, I'm getting off subject here. My apologies. So we would talk. We FaceTimed. Anytime I looked off, like I was looking at my phone, she would always question me. She was like wanting me to send screenshots of like my inbox and my text messages and stuff, and like who I'm talking to and things of that nature. Like, she was kind of becoming possessive, and she was questioning me all the time. So, she was like, why don't you leave the house, go to the store or something so you can call me? And I'm like, no, like, my wife has 360. So me and my wife have 360, and we know where each other are at any given time. So, it's not like I'm running around doing crazy stuff. So she made the comment saying, I need you to put me on Life 360. So I was like, no, not going to do that. A couple weeks go by, and she's still pestering me about it. And I agreed to it, and like an idiot, and she was Googling every address I would go to, finding out. Yeah, sorry, I am nervous, very nervous, because I'm the piece of crap in this situation. Like, my wife should not be getting any of this backlash. If anybody should get backlash, it should be me. I just don't want, like, yeah, I'm freaking freaked out by the Kiwi Farm people and Reddit and all these haters. Like, hey, I was one of them, and I did something stupid, and I misjudged her, and I was, I don't want to say she casted a spell on me, but she, like, it was almost like manipulation at its finest. And I will say that woman is a professional. There was times where I was like questioning my reality, like, what the fuck is going on, because of the things that we would talk about. Yeah, that was the gist of our relationship. We FaceTimed, we talked, we sent pictures, whatever. She knew where I was. She asked where I was going. She was always questioning me. She would ask me, when was the last time I kissed my wife? I need to tell her every time I kiss my wife. I need to tell her every time I have sex with my wife. Because she eventually found out that me and my wife were not, like, technically married, that we were married, and we did have an active relationship, and that we have been together for a long time, and that we were, affectionate, everything like that. And she was upset about it, of course, but, she forgave me. And, I was upset for, like, hurting her feelings, of course, because she cried about it. She was hurt by it, and, people crying upsets me. And so I was like, I'm a big piece of shit. I'm still a big piece of shit for all of this. And if I could take it all back, I would. Okay. I don't know what type of backlash I'm going to get for giving you all this information. I'm hoping that, this gets the people off of my wife's back. If anything, like, cuss me out, call me a piece of shit, blare my picture on Reddit, anywhere you want to do, but I don't want my wife getting backlash for this. Me and her moved past this, actually. It was an emotional relationship that should have never happened. She tried to get me to move in. I acted like it was going to happen, instead of me. I was being and basically giving her false hope, and I should have womaned up and been like, no, like, it's not going to happen.
And then, it came out that she was still talking to Amber. I had thought that had ended months ago. And yeah, we together initiated a troll. And that's what we were doing, just to see if we could get some kind of reaction back, some kind of message. And that's as far as it was supposed to go. I have since read through everything that was on Erica's phone, and I am, I'm a therapist. That's what I do. And when I tell you that this is one of the most dangerously manipulative people that I have ever met, Amberlynn is one of the most dangerously manipulative people I have ever met. It's true. What everybody says is true. And, I fell victim to this. It was not supposed to go as far as it did. So the day I found out, I had called Amber, and I'm like, so how long has this been going on? I didn't tell her who I was. Obviously, I was calling from Erica's phone. She just spilled it. She was crying. I'm like, that with all of this stuff that I have, all these texts, all these pictures, this would be a circus for you. Like, I could, really make things really difficult for you if I wanted to. But I didn't. I didn't try to get any kind of retribution. I was not vengeful. I did not say anything out of the way to her. I was just like, please, look, this is it. Stop contacting my wife, this is it. Just be done. Don't message her anymore. So then she started messaging her, and I didn't know that until recently, after Erica had already blocked her number, blocked her everything. Apparently, she was still trying to have a relationship with Erica after all of that. Block me and then unblock me. Like, who wants to stay with someone like that? Like, how desperate do you have to be trying to chase after a married woman? Me and Erica have been married for 9 years. 9 years. And we're both normal people. We're not feeders. We're not crazy. We are just both normal people. So when I found out that Amberlynn had been trying to contact Erica, I called her, and it was on the 4th of July. And I'm like, what else do I not know? Like, I specifically told you, do not contact. No means no. In the first conversation, she's like, oh, as much as, it's, crazy to say, I still want to remain friends with her. Like, are you serious? You want to remain friends with my wife who you just had an affair with, and you're literally telling me this to my face?
I just want to make it very clear that the only reason why I ever said Erica's name is because a family was being harassed because people thought Valentine was someone that she wasn't. And it's I know that I promised Erica and Brittany that I would not say Erica's name. And I didn't say Erica's name ever for a way to get back at her or whatever it is. I wasn't doing it in a malicious way. No, I was doing it because I felt like it was the right thing to do. The story might get super confusing, so I just want to say that because there's things that I thought were true that weren't true, etc. So when me and her first started talking, she told me that she was married, but she was married for financial reasons, and that they were in an open marriage, and that her wife didn't even live with her. Her wife was living with her partner, her other partner that she was in a relationship with. So I thought that was like hectic. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, that's pretty hectic. An open marriage. Okay, everyone does their own thing. Like, her wife is in a whole ass other relationship. So Erica said that she can do what she wants. And I never really understood it. I tried to like understand it more and talk more about it. But Erica would always like just be like, me and my wife have an understanding. That was always her like go-to, was me and my wife have an understanding with each other. So she didn't want to explain that understanding to me. I didn't understand it, but I didn't think that Erica and I would get to the level that we got to, because her and I did just stay friends for a while. You guys know me, I move really fucking fast. That's just how like my heart works. But it was different with Erica because it was just like a constant, super flirty friendship. But something I did notice is that she was always there for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was single, so I talked to a few different people. That is true. She named some of them. It is what it is. So, Erica was always there for me. And our feelings did start to grow for one another. And I could tell like it started to upset her when I would talk about these other people. And she would always say how she was on the back burner and how I wasn't giving her a chance and how I always had her at arm's length. Like, I'm not one to show screenshots, but I'm telling you, I have not deleted a single text message that her and I have exchanged. I have not deleted a single Instagram message, nothing. So, I'm trying really hard not to read the chat so I don't get distracted, but like, I can't help it. So yeah, she was just like, she would express like how her feelings for me are getting deeper and deeper. So there was one night in particular where I did get drunk. I did. And I was actually on the phone with Alexis, and I was messaging Erica, and I told Erica that I loved her. This was like in December. And that was like the first time that I ever said it, which was freaking crazy, because like the whole time it really was just like a super flirty friendship. But I realized like, wow, Erica really likes me and she wants me to like give her a chance. Like I don't know. It felt nice knowing that like she was patient and she knew I was talking to like other girls and like she was still there for me, and like she always wanted to call me, and like I would never answer her calls. Like it very much was like I was putting everyone else before her, but like she was always there. She was always, it made me realize like, wow, this girl really cares for me. And everything I thought, like I genuinely thought that everything she was telling me was 100% truth. Like, yes, sometimes my intuition and my gut was screaming and it was on fire and all of that. So, you know, I guess there was a part of me that was like, Amberlynn, like something's off. Something's off. But like I was ignoring it. You guys, in one of my recent videos, I told you guys like I ignore red flags. I have a bad habit of it. Sometimes I turn those red flags into pink little hearts, little pink heart flags. That's just like what I do, and I don't know why I'm like that. So anyways, it was like in December when I told Erica for the first time that I loved her, and I was drunk when I said it. Like, but it opened up a whole other freaking thing for Erica and I because of that one moment. And I do want to make it clear that in Erica's story, she said that we stopped talking for a little bit. Literally, the only reason why we stopped talking is because she got mad at me because I actually started communicating more frequently with another girl. And she got upset about that. That's the only reason why we stopped talking, and was literally only for a few days. And then she came back. Like, I don't understand. I wasn't the one who messaged her after those few days of her just being like, I'm done. She came back to me a few times. Just saying. I'm not trying to be cocky, but she literally couldn't get enough. And she completely downplayed the relationship that we created. So back to what I was saying. Once I said I love you in December, things did change. We started to talk more. I actually started to answer her phone calls. We would, I don't know, I just felt like more comfortable with her. Things became more sexual. Brittany and Erica said that they messaged me as a troll in the beginning. So Brittany is supposed to be a therapist. They watched me for over 5 years. They knew my mental health. They knew my mental state. They knew who I was. They knew that I had BPD. They knew these things, and a therapist still chose to troll me. What is that? Like, that is like, I feel like being glossed over, and it's just wrong. Like, what kind of a therapist would do that to someone? Like, regardless of how much you like them or dislike them or even hate them. Like, it's odd to me, and I'm not understanding it. I don't even know if I fully believe that it started as a troll. I don't know. Maybe it did, but the fact is, Erica fell in love with me. Erica was going to move in with me, and she is downplaying everything that happened, especially after February 14th when she asked me to be her girlfriend. My whole thing was like, okay, Erica, we're both in love. Like, why aren't we committed to one another? Like, why aren't we together? Like, let's seal that deal. I very much, when I fall in love with someone, like, I want to be with them. And I thought I was in love with Erica, and I thought she was in love with me. So I was like, let's like do that thing. Let's like commit to one another. And it's true, she did ask like, what would that entail? So I told her like, it's like loyalty, more like communication together and commitment with one another and things like that. And she agreed to it. She's like, yeah, like, do you want to be my girlfriend? You know, I felt like that was a mature conversation that I'm now seeing like she took it like in a different way. And she's saying like how I forced her to be in a relationship with me. That's crazy. That's not the way that I viewed it at all. But I'm beginning to see that like the way that I viewed most of the situation, I guess maybe she didn't, or she's purposely downplaying what she did to me because she's trying to save her marriage. Erica is a known liar and a known cheater. She has cheated on Brittany multiple times. Like, so many times. And Erica told me everything about their marriage, about all of the times she's cheated. Brittany's a cheater. Their marriage is a mess. Their marriage is a fucking mess. So in my brain, it made sense to me. These two cheaters want to be in an open marriage. It makes sense. They're not fully happy with one another. So I believed their sob story. I believed everything. I thoroughly did. So once me and Erica became committed, I feel like my brain and my like heart, I'm just like what's the word? Hardwired? I'm just wired differently. So when that happened, immediately, all of my energy like went to her, and we created a routine. This was a daily routine that we had. She would call me. Okay, so I have to make it known, by the way, that there was a time where Erica's wife moved back in with her. So that did happen, and I was fully aware of that. But again, I still thought they were in this like open relationship, open marriage type thing. And did I like it? No. Did I understand it? No. Did I want that for my life? Like, did I want to be in a relationship with someone who was in an open marriage? Not really. But Erica was there for me for months. Like, she would see me cry, and she was there for me, and she would comfort me, and she showed me a love and a patience and an understanding that like surprised me. And even before Erica asked me to be her girlfriend, I knew that she was once a hater. I did. She was very honest. Erica, I thought, was very honest about everything. And that goes into like how our relationship changed once we actually became girlfriends. We formed a routine where she would call me every single morning while her wife was at work. And she did that because I was always questioning, why can't you tell your wife about me if you're in an open relationship? Like, I don't understand. That was another thing in my brain and in my gut and in my intuition where I was like, something doesn't seem right. So I would always ask, like, why can't you tell her about me? And she's like, I just don't want to hear it. Like, I just don't want to hear what Brittany's going to say about me being with Amberlynn. Da, da, da. And then I understood. It made sense because I was like, okay, because you guys used to hate watch me. So you don't want Brittany to make fun of you. I totally get it. I did feel ashamed. I felt like she felt ashamed of me, but I accepted it for what it is. Call me desperate, call me lame. I don't even care. But she always had the right answers to every single thing that I asked her, and it made me believe her, and it made me stay. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Okay. So Erica and I formed a routine. Every single morning, she would call me, and we would talk for hours. And during those phone calls, this is gonna be TMI, but this is when our relationship got extremely sexual. I'm telling you, we would have video sex, I don't know what you guys want to call it, but it was crazy. Oh, it was a lot. It was daily. On top of that, she was sending me sexual videos and photos. I was sending her sexual videos and photos. We were getting very close in that way. And it was on top of like, I love you and I can see myself being with you forever. Like, you make me so happy. Like, you are my world. Like, you are my baby. I am obsessed with you. Like, it was very much that. She was giving me everything I wanted to hear. It was a lot of, did you put a spell on me? I haven't felt this way in over a decade. It was always like over a decade ago, because she would always compare to me to one of her past lovers who was also a Capricorn. So she would always compare me to this other girl. And she would always tell me, Capricorns break hearts. Capricorns are heartbreakers. Like, she would always, anyways. So, when I realized, Erica, you have some fucking explaining to do, is oh my God, this is so embarrassing. So one of the videos that Erica sent me, that was a sexual video. And I want to say, I will never do revenge porn, like threaten to show that stuff. I heard that Brittany, a therapist, might I add, is threatening to show those things of me. Go for it. Like, show my tit. I don't give a fuck, but I will never in my life do that to somebody. That's disgusting. Wholeheartedly. You won't see me doing that. Never. That's wild that you would even like bring that up. Like, are you trying to scare me? I will say, every photo and video that I ever sent Erica, I'm confident in and I'm happy with. So do what you want with it, but know there are consequences. I will say that. So it is what it is. Back to what I was saying. So once I realized, like, Erica, like, I know you're lying, and I think it's time that you like tell me what it is. Tell me what's really going on. So Erica would always give me this spiel of, they don't kiss, they don't hug, they don't cuddle, they don't have sex, they don't do anything. Yes, they're in this open marriage, but they're pretty much just like best friends. That's what she gives me. That's what she was giving me. That's what she was telling me. And that's what I was believing. But again, my gut was like, So during one of the videos that she sent me of her touching herself, I saw her wife's slipper in her foot right next to Erica. I'm telling you, like, touching her leg while Erica was touching herself. And I was like, let me rewatch this video. And I had to like zoom in. I had to like, I was shook. You guys don't even know. Like, my heart dropped. Hold on a second. Wait, hold on. I have no idea what you're talking about. Alexis, okay, let's be so for real. Alexis is on my FaceTime right now, emotional support animal. What are you talking about? Just text me.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a screenshot.
Okay, I'm literally so confused. Okay. She's literally you guys would be obsessed with her and love her so much. And I know a large part of you just want to hate anyone who loves me, but I promise you guys would be obsessed with her. It's crazy.
I swear I'm nice. I swear I'm cool. Did you get it?
Yeah, I don't really know. Question mark. I don't know what that means. Okay. So back to what I was saying. When Erica sent me that video and I saw like that she was doing that like right next to her wife, like it was like that's when I was like, we need to like actually have a discussion. We need to really have a discussion. So we actually made a plan of Erica was going to allow me to ask her anything because she wanted to reveal the truth about everything. And she said, you know what? Fine, I'll do it. And I'm like, okay. And Erica was so worried with whatever I was going to find out, that I was going to leave her and all this stuff, that literally one day at work, she was freaking out and she ended up leaving work. She was crying. Like, I have never seen Erica cry. Like, you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen her. Like, she's this like muscly, like situation type deal. So it shocked me. I'm not gonna lie. So I was like, fuck, like this must be like actually kind of serious what she was about to tell me. And it kind of freaked me out. So we had it planned and we had the conversation. The first question I asked her was, are you and your wife actually in an open marriage? Or if she finds out that you have a whole ass girlfriend, is she gonna feel betrayed? And she said, I'm actually not in an open relationship. I have an actual real marriage, etc., etc. So she told me the truth about everything. And this was, so me and Erica first started talking in September. Didn't even know she was actually married until I'll say like a month later, maybe 2. Not really sure on the timeline there. But I didn't even find out that like it was a real true marriage until months after, like I would say like 2 months after we started dating. So I would say maybe April, May, somewhere around there. And I do see someone saying her wife is on her Instagram. I think I was blocked from that shit. Because I'm one of them ones, I'm going to go to your Instagram and I'm going to look. I'm going to be looking. I want to see, like, I'm interested in you. Like, you're my girlfriend. We're talking. I didn't see anything of them together. Not a single thing. And that's the part where it's just like, everything is like, really like ticking the boxes and I'm seeing things very clearly. I'm like, okay, so this is where I'm in the wrong. I stayed with Erica when she said that she was in a marriage and that her wife would feel betrayed if she found out. I stayed with her. And I stayed with her. I'm not gonna make excuses. I know I'm a shitty person. I know I'm fucked up. I know I'm all those things. And I take full fucking accountability, 1,000,000,000%. And every day I felt like shit because of it. Every day. But I was like so twisted in my brain. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, Erica firmly made me believe that she was in an unhappy marriage, that she wanted to be happy with me, that she wanted to come move in with me. So how the topic of her coming to move in with me happened though was, obviously we wanted to meet in person. Like, I don't want to sit here and have a long distance relationship for the rest of my life. Like, no one wants that. Like, that's weird. I mean, for a couple years, sure, like that's understandable. But Erica was like, if I come visit you, I'm not going to be able to go back. I'm not going to be able to go back to my life. And that's when I was just like, you know what? Why don't you just move in? That's what I said, because I really loved Erica and I saw that Erica was very unhappy, because it's like, how are you going to fall in love with me if you're like in a happy marriage? My brain was warped. I'm not going to lie. And now that like I heard that it was all like a manipulation thing, and it's just like, you manipulated me. I fell for it. And you're mad that I fell for it? That's the part where I'm confused. You're exposing me for falling for your bullshit? Okay. That makes sense, I guess, question mark. But it's just like, she was in a whole ass relationship with me, like lying to me and telling me all these things. Like, me and my wife don't have sex. Like, we're not like that at all together. But I found out that that wasn't true because when we were on video call, I saw proof behind her that her and her wife were intimate. It's just like, it was just like so many things, and I just kept like letting it happen. And I look back now and I'm like, I'm the fool. I'm straight up the fool. I'm embarrassed. I feel stupid. Like, it's just it's literally a lot. And I don't know. So it was around everything. By the way, Erica's such a fucking liar about, I was slowly pulling back from her, and she would just like, she just wouldn't leave me alone. It's like, block me. Block me. Stop calling me. Stop messaging me. What do you mean I wouldn't stop leaving you alone? She's trying so hard to save her marriage that it's like, it's insane to me. Trying very hard. I get it. You don't want to lose her because you have cheated so many freaking times. It's not even funny. And she still stays with you. Brittany, you deserve better. You deserve someone better. Like, you're a therapist. What would you tell one of your patients that is in a freaking marriage and their partner continuously cheats on them? You deserve better. I'm Amberlynn Reid, and Erica fell for me. Like, that has to suck. Like, y'all started it as a troll, and it ended up being to the point where Erica was gonna move in with me. And Erica's downplaying this whole like, oh, I was telling her I was gonna move in, but I really wasn't. Like, we were actually planning things. So she could be telling the truth. She honestly could be telling the truth. She could have been lying to me the whole time. I don't know. Like, I'm not in her brain. She could be honestly telling me the truth regarding that, or telling you guys the truth regarding that. Like, I don't know. But she was telling me that she was going to write her wife a note, tell her, like, this sounds psycho. This sounds psycho. It really does. I guess we're both crazy, truly. And I'm here to just like be like, I fucked up, because I did. Like, I genuinely know that I did.